Oh my god, this is crazy!
Middleofnowheregaming.com. Everybody go to that website. Say we sent you.
Yeah, get that traffic
I bet they're really good at Minecraft. They're probably the antithesis of us.
This is the Middle of Nowhere Gaming Podcast.
Welcome into episode 73 of the Middle of Nowhere Gaming Podcast. I'm your host, Courtney Osborne, and today I'm joined by the one and only Nintendo Ninja, Lou.
Hi, everyone.
Hey.
That was toned down.
That was very toned down.
We're a deuce away from 75, so...
A deuce away from 75. Is that like a shit or two away?
That is both.
That's cool. Okay.
I will take one shit in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks? Oh, God. And then by the Destiny demigod, Miles.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
You did that last week.
Was
Did
that
I?
Was that the same
You
one?
absolutely did.
I don't remember.
I don't think I did.
Somebody
I do, 'cause
pull it up.
I remember knowing the quote, and that's very
Yeah?
unlikely.
You should start quoting video games.
I should,
That would
but there's
go with
not
it.
as easy to find of a list.
And we should bring like video game facts to the table every day, and we should do that. That would be fun, right? No?
I mean,
I have that
Words.
book of video game world records.
Ah, there we go. That'd be fun.
That would
Yeah.
be interesting. I'm not giving it to Miles, though.
I mean, you can do that. I'll stay with my quotes.
Are you wearing a Pewter City Gym shirt?
Yes, sir, I am.
Oh my God, that's awesome. Sorry.
I have all the gyms except for Viridian and was it the Blaine's gym, the fire one, Cinnabar. There we go.
Oh yeah, it's Cinnabar. I was gonna say Cerulean, but that's just the C. That's the only reason I connected those.
Me.
Cerulean's definitely not that one. Okay, so things worth mentioning before we get going. Obviously, what? Sorry, were you gonna say something?
Oh no, I'm just fact checking. Continue. Sorry.
Oh, well, who do you go? I was like, oh crap. Anyways,
I
hi,
was
Lou.
talking to myself.
Just raise
No,
your
I'm
hand.
cameo. They said cameo hand. I'm cameoing the hand.
Oh,
That's
okay.
my hand, though. I'm sorry.
Okay, so anyways, we are on live. We are live streaming this podcast just like we did last week. So this is our second time doing that. Hopefully, it doesn't mess up as many times as it did last week. We had a few crashes, and we will be uploading the full video of our beautiful faces on the live stream onto YouTube, so you can find the full podcast there after we're done at youtube.com/MONG Network. Other than that, okay, so it just crashed again. Like I was just referring to when I don't even know if it recorded the crash, but whatever. We just recorded a spoiler cast for the Order 1886 over the weekend. So if you want to check that out, if you play the game and you know how it ends and all that stuff, go watch that. You'll get to hear all of our awesome spoiler talk. And then be sure and check out episode 3 of More Than the Score, which is our newest podcast hosted by Brian and Matt, who they go over all of the reviews of the last week. And this past week they had on Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Xenoverse and the Order 1886. So those are the 2 reviews that we talked about this past week.
I still did not get on that. I gave the worst review of the site. I thought that they'd come and have me rant.
Well, they said that they wanted to have on the littler games or whatever, or other games like that, like specifically because you gave it a bad score. Those ones on the slower weeks, the weeks that don't have any games, so they may go back. They have a backlog of reviews, and so they still may pick you up for that. We'll see.
Right.
All right. Anything else to talk about before we start up with the news from nowhere?
I love having this question every week. What's on everyone's playlist?
Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, Dragon Ball Xenoverse. That's about it.
I'm still on Luftrausers.
I broke down and bought Dragon Ball.
I couldn't get into Lift Browsers. The
You tried it,
controls I did try it. I gave it a college try, I guess. I can't remember another phrase, but yeah, I tried it. Didn't get the controls, so I stopped.
Wasn't that also your college experience?
Kind of, yeah.
So it was a college try.
It was.
But yeah, I enjoy it. I just pick it up and play it during like the 5 minutes of between time for classes. I don't know. I enjoy it.
I guess I should mention, besides, we're basically through that, sorry. Wanted to move on a little bit. But the news from nowhere. We started up something new this week. Is that right, guys? So,
Oh, yeah, we did.
yeah, every Tuesday, we'll be releasing the podcast. Hopefully Tuesday. Sometimes it'll be Wednesday morning. We'll see. But besides that, every weekday during the evening, you'll be able to log into or go to our YouTube channel, and you'll be able to see a new segment called the News from Nowhere, which is just going to be a short, like 2 to 5 minute, or in Miles' case, the first time, 6 minute video going over like the top 5 or 6 news stories. Giving a brief explanation of it. Just another way of getting us all on camera, having some more fun, talking about video games, and more experience. So be sure and check that out. We have like 6 different people who are going to be involved in the daily videos, and so
one for every day of the week. All 6 of them.
All 6 of them. Yeah, all 6 of the weekdays, not the weekends, right? But yeah. So be sure and check that out if you want. Like those videos, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. But with that said, you guys ready to move on to the news from nowhere?
Yeah.
The weekly news from nowhere?
Just to mention our video news from nowhere. Give us a little bit of time. We're finding our footing.
Yes.
This is a very introductory first week, and we're still trying to figure out how to do stuff. So if you go and check it out, they may not look the same from video to video.
Hopefully they won't be too different, though.
Right.
You'll love it all the same.
So now let's move on to the podcast news from nowhere.
Yeah,
the weekly news from nowhere. There you go.
Start us off.
All right. All right, so we got, how many stories do we have today? 13?
I don't know.
We have 13, yeah. I had to scroll down. Okay, so story number 1 is Square Enix has officially announced that Dragon Quest Heroes will make its way to the West later this year. The announcement came this morning via the PlayStation blog. I don't know if is that still this morning? I think that was last week, right?
Yeah, it was last week.
Okay, last week. Same thing, whatever. Where Square Enix community manager Dan Seto revealed that it will be officially launching in North America in 2015, exclusive for PlayStation 4. He also revealed that it will be available to be both a boxed retail game and digital download, which isn't really surprising. And Dragon Quest Heroes marks the first time in the franchise's history that will be a full-action RPG. It also marks the first time in its history that it's going to be developed by
Koei Tecmo?
Omega Force?
Oh, yeah.
Is that... Okay, Omega Force and Koei Tecmo. As of this writing, which was last week, the specific release date has not been revealed, but you can expect Dragon Quest Heroes to officially launch on PlayStation 4 consoles later this year. Words.
Words. So what do you guys think? Are you excited?
Not excited? I kind of am.
Have you guys ever played a Dragon Quest game?
Yes.
No.
Okay, so
really?
You have. What have you played?
Yeah. I played Dragon Quest Monsters, and I absolutely loved that. That was like the best thing ever. And then I played Dragon Quest, and it was like, it's not the same as Monsters.
Okay, so what was Monsters?
It was in the same vein of Dragon Quest, except for you recruited monsters onto your team. Pretty much.
So like Ni no Kuni.
I've never played Ni no Kuni, but I will say Pokemon or Shin Megami Tensei.
Yeah. Okay. Well, fair enough. Have you guys played Dynasty Warriors?
I have not played that either. Or Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah.
No, I haven't touched that stuff.
Okay, so this is a mix of Dragon Quest and Dynasty Warriors. I thought that Hyrule Warriors was going to be my entry into... I take that back. I thought One Piece Pirate Warriors or whatever was going to be my intro into the Dynasty Warriors franchise. And I couldn't get into that because of all the Japanese voiceovers. There was no English voiceover. And then I was like, okay, so this Zelda, this Hyrule Warriors one, that's going to be my intro. I know I'm going to play it because I love Zelda. Still haven't purchased the game. Still haven't played it. I plan to someday. It's still on the docket. But for something about this one just really has me excited. And I think it's probably that it's a Square Enix title. I don't know why. But the fact that it's Dragon Quest and that the characters were designed by the guy who made the Dragon Ball characters and everything, like it's just, that has me super excited about this one.
Right.
Yeah, I'll be more excited once I know more about it. And I guess it's already come out in Japan, hasn't it?
I think it just launched.
Okay.
Or maybe.
I'd have to go check out some videos and see what I think about it.
To good reviews or to bad reviews? What are we talking about?
Well, I mean, we don't see Japanese reviews over here very often.
Yeah, that's fair.
I watched Shuhei Yoshida play it on live stream, which he was playing on Ustream, I want to add. I don't know why. Why not Twitch, Shuhei? Why not Twitch? Come on.
He doesn't like making people happy. That's why he can't change your names.
Oh.
Ooh.
I'm kidding, Shuhei. I love you.
One of these days, when Miles finally cracks the industry and he meets Shuhei, and Shuhei's going to be like, Miles, you remember that one day?
And I will immediately deny everything.
Does he listens to all the podcasts? I know it does.
He has to. Every time his name's mentioned, he instantly gets it downloaded to his Sony futuristic iPod thing.
Right. He's like the Santa Claus of podcasts. He's checking them twice, seeing if you're naughty or nice.
And he'll give you shit when he sees you if you've been naughty, which Miles has clearly been naughty. Okay, you ready to move on?
Yeah.
Number 2 on the list. Sony has announced their Spring Fever 2015 games lineup, which includes some great indie releases and discounts. The Spring Fever event has been a great annual feature on the PlayStation Store, and this year it's back and bigger than ever. Spring Fever 2015 will last for 8 weeks, twice as long as last year, and it'll feature new PlayStation 4 game releases each week. Each game featured in the Spring Fever 2015 lineup will be available at a 10% discount for PlayStation Plus users during its launch week. And then the games included in Spring Fever are this week, Helldivers, next week, Hotline Miami 2, Wrong Number, the following week, Jamestown, the next week, Metal Slug 3, and then Axiom Verge, and then the first week of April will be Bastion, the second week is Titan Souls, and then the final game of it is Shovel Knight, which
God,
everyone is excited for.
I'm excited for all of those.
I'm super excited for Bastion and Shovel Knight.
What about Helldivers?
I honestly hadn't seen a thing about it until this week, and so I want to play it now, but it's not. I don't have that built-up excitement like I have for those two.
I want to get Hell Knight. That's the game that's coming out. Helldivers, Shovel Knight, and Bastion. Those are the three things on my list from that list of lists.
The list of lists.
The many lists.
While we're on the topic of Shovel Knight, did you guys see the link I posted in our chat earlier about the Plus?
No. Was it DLC stuff?
No. Yacht Club Games has teamed up with some website that makes nerdy reference stuff, and they're making a Shovel Knight plushie that you can now pre-purchase for $28, and it's this like 10-inch figure Shovel Knight, and he can even pull out a shovel, and it's just like it's so goddamn cute. Like
that's really I do like that. However, that's also like 3 times what the game costs.
I know, but still, it's just like, man, I haven't even played the game yet, and I want that thing. Like that thing is.
You have a Wii U. Why haven't you played the game?
Because I don't play games on my Wii U very often. If I can choose to play them on anything else, I will. And the fact that Shovel Knight is coming to other consoles, PlayStation specifically, I'm like, okay, now I will play it. Because I want trophies. Even if I probably won't get a single trophy in that game, because it's probably going to be too goddamn hard.
No,
you'll have your chance soon.
It's got its own achievement list. It's not that hard. Anyway, moving on from Sony sales to Games with Gold. Microsoft seems proud of their Games with Gold initiative this month, as they announced the 3 games for March, plus a little something extra for April. For the Xbox One, #IDARB will be replaced by Rayman Legends. The 2 games with Gold for the Xbox 360 will be AAA titles from early 2012 that received high praise at the time. Tomb Raider will be free from March 1st to the 15th, and BioShock Infinite will replace Tomb Raider for the remainder of March. The bigger announcement is that players have downloaded over 100 million titles through Games with Gold since its initial release at E3 last year. Thus, in celebration, April will see twice the titles for the program. That means you'll get 2 Xbox One games and 4 Xbox 360 games, and that'll be free for the month of April. And then they drop the mic.
So, first off, I think you pronounced it incorrectly. It's Tom Braider, not Tomb Raider. Tom Braider.
Tom Braider.
Yeah, I watched some YouTube channel who does these silly reviews for games, and who reviewed Tomb Raider, and he was calling it Tom Raider the entire time, just to make fun of it. And he was like, it's about a transsexual who goes to an island. It was
Tom Brady?
It was really weird. Tom Brady. But yeah, it's interesting. 100 million titles downloaded since its initial release at E3 last year. I wonder, compared to PlayStation Plus, PlayStation Plus not only has more games every single month, they've been around longer. And so can you imagine what that number is?
Yeah, that's insane.
And being as we learned, PlayStation players in general, before Games with Gold ever was announced, ever even started, PlayStation players have known to just claim every game on PlayStation Plus every month, even if they don't even have the consoles.
Right.
So could you imagine that? That's 10 games at least every month for years now. Millions and millions and millions of people downloading them or claiming them. That number's got to be in the trillions by now.
Definitely, but I mean, they're taking iDarb off, so I have no reason to get an Xbox One anymore. It's over. No drive whatsoever to get that.
Well, iDarb is really good.
Yeah, what you should have done was you didn't have to get the Xbox One. Just get a month of game with gold. Or Xbox Gold. What is it called? I have no clue at this point.
Xbox Live Gold.
Xbox Live Gold. Get a month of that.
Look at that, Lou. You're hating on Xbox again this week. We're gonna get shit in our comments because we hate Xbox so much. Oh.
I don't know,
I want to say that March is Xbox month.
March is
Why?
after the
Scream Ride, Ori and the Blind Forest.
Okay, so actual releases.
Real reasons.
But you're saying those outweigh Bloodborne.
They don't. They don't.
They don't.
They never will.
No. Bloodborne is much more anticipated, the general populace.
I will have to wait and see on that.
Okay. You have to wait and see.
No, I just don't want to put all my faith. I really want Bloodborne to be fantastic, and I have a lot of confidence in them. But
that's not part of the argument here. The point being...
just being sheer
anticipation. Yeah. For Bloodborne is much higher than Scream Ride.
Actually, I don't know. Nintendo has Donkey Kong, Tipping Stars.
Mario Party 10.
No one's anticipating. You're the only one. You and me.
I'm really excited about it. Generally excited about Mario Party.
Did you just say Donkey Kong Tipping Stars?
It's Mario vs. Donkey Kong Tipping Stars for the Wii U and 3DS, which we will get to.
Only the second ever cross-buy game in the U.S. for Nintendo.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Right?
Kind of.
Kind of?
There was one other that happened, and Ollie Ollie's incoming, but at the moment I think it's the second.
Yeah. Something like that.
It's just turned into a Nintendo conversation, so I have nothing to say.
You have nothing to say about anything besides PlayStation.
I mean, I can say stuff about Microsoft because I care about them.
Destiny is on Xbox.
That's true.
I just said I could say stuff about Microsoft. I care about them.
I know.
I care about them. Don't hate me. Okay, let's move on. Number 4, PlayStation Plus version of Driveclub is still a thing. Right? It's a thing.
The fact that it shouldn't be.
Does anyone care anymore?
Right? That's what I've been saying. I don't even care. Okay, anyway, so there's been rumors about it being canceled or whatever, but according to Sony Computer Entertainment's of Europe, Jim Ryan, it is a thing. Driveclub was originally supposed to come out as a launch title on PlayStation 4 and was released this past October instead, and was one of the many games this fall that had significant issues. A PlayStation Plus free version of the game was initially promised, but due to the title's server issues, it was delayed. In a recent interview with Metro, what is Metro?
I'm sure it's a website.
Okay.
Probably.
Metro.
Jim Ryan, president and CEO of Sony Computer Entertainment of Europe, was asked about the status of the free version of Driveclub, and he responded by saying, "It's still being looked at." So that apparently means it's a thing. But Sony followed up the next day with a spokesperson to Eurogamer and said that we are continually working on improving the server capacity to enable us to launch the PlayStation Plus edition as quickly as possible. They also specified that they currently don't have a timetable for when it will launch.
They should just... I mean, I said this about... Not Blind Guardian, that's a band. What's it called? The Dead Guardian? The Should Be Dead Guardian? they should just let Driveclub go. No one cares about this game anymore. They already screwed it over. It's over.
I mean, I'm hearing that it's a good game now. That the full retail version's a good game. That it's not as broken as it once was. It's obviously games like Master Chief Collection and Assassin's Creed Unity and Driveclub all launched broken, but I believe most of them are fixed now. Most of the problems with them. However, that doesn't mean that their server capacity would be able to handle 20 million PlayStation 4s all of a sudden being able to download it. That could crash it.
Right. Oh, and also the fact that it's a driving game means I'll never play it.
Yeah, but if it's free, come on, man.
If it's free, I will try it up and I will look at the pretty graphics and go, oh, that was a nice experience. Now time to something worth my time.
Is Driveclub the game that you could travel from like San Fran to New York and stuff?
Yeah, I think so.
Is that the one, or
Wasn't that the Crew?
Was it the Crew? I don't remember.
They're all the same.
Yeah, they're racing games. I was gonna say,
I think it's Driveclub though.
If it was Driveclub, I was like, yeah, dude, let's download it. Let's just take a country cruise and just chat it up, man. We gotta go country cruising.
We'll go visit you. We'll do a virtual road trip to Kansas.
I don't think there's a single city in that.
Think about this though. Instead of doing that, we could all put on our bowler hats and get sword hammers and go kill stuff in Bloodborne. That sounds like a much better plan.
That does sound like a better plan. But that also costs $60. Well, in my case, $48 because of Gamer Club Unlocked at Best Buy. Shout out, go get that. Best Buy, pay me. I'm advertising for you. No.
They're not going to
do a Best Buy chat.
They're not going to. Yeah. Insert Best Buy ad here. Okay, you want to move on?
Yeah, absolutely. Moving on. Rumors were circulating on the internet that gold and silver editions of Mario Amiibo figures were coming. Nintendo has finally confirmed that the rumors were partially true. On March 20th, the gold Mario Amiibo will be available exclusively at Walmart. It will retail for the usual $12.99 Amiibo price tag and will be available at over 3,000 stores in the U.S. The special edition Amiibo releases alongside Mario Party 10, which also has its own set of figures. The set, which is called the Super Mario series, features new versions of Mario, Luigi, Peach, Bowser, and Yoshi, along with the aforementioned Gold Mario and Toad, who is new to the Amiibo family. The set is also available on March 20th. The Gold Edition Mario Amiibo will be compatible with all games that feature the Mario Amiibo support. And to add on to that, additional stuff. The pre-orders already went live for the Gold Amiibo and sold out in 15 minutes. It was incredible. Then, if you're looking at the scalpers on eBay, they're selling for somewhere like $75 or $90.
Oh, God. Nintendo just printed money when they made Amiibos, let's be honest.
Yeah, they did. I like I said earlier, I'm going to be picking up Mario Party, and so I'm going to be going to Walmart whenever I pick it up and see if they have any just sitting there, because I will damn sure pick up one. Because that'd be cute. Be totally cute.
I already have a pre-order for one. I did not have it. It wasn't canceled yet, and I hope it's not canceled. I didn't get it in the 15-minute initial one. I got it the next day. They opened up for like an extra 2 minutes, and I was driving at the time. I pulled over to the side. I went across 3 lanes just to order some Amiibo on my phone. It was really embarrassing on a mental health standpoint. I was like, I just did this for no reason.
A nerd level.
Yeah, but also, I'm probably going to camp out for it. I'm missing a lot of cool Amiibos, so I probably won't scalp it, but I will trade it for a villager or for a Wii Fit Trainer or something equally as exclusive.
Wii Fit Trainer.
Is Wii Fit Trainer exclusive?
It's not exclusive, but it's very difficult. It's in the unicorn class of Amiibos you would find. Because
nobody wants that ugly-ass thing, and so they just didn't print them. Didn't make those ones.
Now, I'm curious, is Gold Mario, canon to anything?
He is not canon, per se. He was a type of Mario you'd get for... I think they had New Super Mario Bros. 2, and that was, the gold theme one. Mm-hmm. And you could get a special gold, probably a gold mushroom. I don't know. I didn't play that one. But it turned your Mario gold, and you could run around, and each step you took, gold came out of him, and everything turned gold. And so that's where you get it from.
He was the Midas of Marios.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
never touched Peach.
He never touched Peach. It's because Bowser had her. Now, what if Gold Amiibo is exclusive to Mario Party? Like, what if there's a Golden Mario in that? Huh? Would that make it canon?
Yeah, there would have to be a separate. 1 second, they're correcting me in the chat. Mario. Yeah, I got it.
Mario. There you go.
Yeah. It's as I've mentioned, it's the Northeast in me and the Italian in me. We all say Mario up
You're
here.
from
It's
north
weird.
of the wall. That's whatever. You're
What wall?
You're wildling.
Are we talking Game of Thrones stuff?
Yes. Yeah. That's what was happening. You missed all of that in the
No, I
chat.
I absolutely missed. I thought we were talking like the Mason-Dixon line or something.
No. Well, I mean, you're north of both, but
I know. That is the new wall.
All right.
That is the analogy.
Anything else to say about this before we move on?
I mean, I'm me, so no.
I'm me, so no. Okay. Story number 6. Episode 2 of Life is Strange has been delayed. However, not by much. Speaking from their Facebook page, a representative for Life is Strange spoke out regarding the delay. They said, "We've been asked to clear up the question of when Episode 2 will be released since there have been rumors of a delay. We would like to assure everyone that development is on track, and we're looking to release it before the end of March. It appears that there won't be much of a delay after all then, which is great for people who eagerly await the second episode in the series. If we learn of an exact release date, we'll be sure to pass along the information." The reason this is considered a delay is the original announcement was that each episode was going to come out 6 weeks at a time. And so if they're releasing by the end of March, that's technically more than 6 weeks because the first episode came out the final week of January. So that would be closer to 8 weeks, which is not much of a delay. So that probably just means that they barely hit a snag. Lou,
Yeah.
You're looking at the chat and not paying
No, I'm
attention?
not. I'm looking at the Life is Strange stuff.
Okay.
I don't
Anyways.
know. I'm not that excited.
It was pretty good. I really enjoyed episode 1. It wasn't the best. Like, it didn't have the kind of story like The Walking Dead season 1. Like, it didn't have that kind of story. But it was good, and it had a cliffhanger, and it has a lot of mystery as to why the events are happening. So I'm really excited to continue the series, and I'm glad that the way they're going about this is that they have a set release schedule. It's not like Telltale, where they're just like, whenever we're ready, we'll release an episode. We'll tell you about it a few days before. So
They kind of have a release schedule. I mean, it's not much of a schedule if they break it right away.
Yeah, they break it all the time, every single episode.
No, I mean Life is Strange.
Oh, well, yeah, but at least they've said that they had 6 weeks, whether they would have about 6 weeks ahead of time or whatever. Literally, Telltale games, you never know. They don't give you any kind of table at all. They don't say every other month. They don't say every month, anything like that.
Isn't this a game about controlling time?
Yes, a girl
you
who
think
can.
they would just slow it down and have more time?
They can't
Wow,
slow
you're
it down. They
awful.
can go back in time.
You are awful, Luke.
Well, that would work equally well if they just went back in time.
Yeah, but they can't bring their computers and their work back with them. They can only make their bodies go back.
Mm.
So I guess-
we had a question from Chad about this topic, by the way.
Go ahead.
It was one Erica 10. Is that how you say that?
That is Erica. Yes.
I know,
Erica.
I know. She was asking what Lou and I thought about it. I was just gonna say, there's a bunch of hipsters in it. That's all I know. So, Luke,
Okay, so let's move
you have
on.
anything?
I mentioned,
Since you guys
I'm
don't know
just
the
not-
game.
Yeah, I just don't know the game. I'm sure
Yeah.
I'd be really interested if this was on my radar, but it is not, and it's snowing right now. Just want to keep you guys informed.
It's snowing?
Yeah, by me, it's snowing. It's great.
Cool.
I still have to go to class, but whatever.
Moving on.
Okay. So, set your calendars for Wednesday, March 4th.
Firth?
I cannot say 4th for some reason. For March 4th, you can expect some big news from Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain. On the official website, there's a countdown clock that has begun to tick-tock, I guess. And it'll
Tick-tock.
end... Yeah, that was slick what I did there. And it'll end on March 4th at 6 a.m. PST or 9 a.m. EST, so, wherever you are, the time zones, etc. But the only teaser on the page is that announcement coming soon. That's all it says. So it's kind of vague, but it might not be just a coincidence that this clock is going to find its ending or whatever. I'm fucking up my sentences. And on the 10th anniversary of Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater's release in Europe. So there you go.
There might be additional news to that we don't have added on here.
I forgot to add that too.
Yeah, there was a leaked trailer. Was that it? Or a screenshot from the trailer?
What's assumed to be a 7-minute trailer that's going to be released tomorrow on Wednesday. It was leaked this morning, and somebody grabbed a screenshot of the very end saying Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, September 1st, 2015, worldwide release. So there's that. That's one part of the news. And then another part of the news, or the further news, is that apparently Kojima says during the 7-minute video that this will be the last Metal Gear story with Snake. And which is funny because he said that like 3 times now in the past decade and a half.
Yeah, exactly. And there are so many Snakes. I mean, are we talking Snake? Are we talking Big Boss? Are we talking about Snake's Big Boss's hand? I don't know.
There's a Liquid Snake, right?
Yeah, Liquid Snake, Solid Snake, Solid Dust Snake. I just lost count at this point.
Crystal Meth Snake.
I'm sure there is an end of a Snake.
Yeah. They'll probably get rid of one of them and start another one. Who knows?
And then his hand's going to fall off and someone else.
I am actually curious how this coincides with Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater.
The release in Europe?
Yeah, like, I mean, it's not just a coincidence, right? Like, there has to be some kind of crossover going on, with Phantom Pain and Snake Eater.
I mean,
I
doubt it. Is Europe the intended market of Metal Gear Solid? If they were going to do that, you would think that they would do it on the U.S. or Japan or something. But Europe seems a little bit random for them to tie it to that. Maybe it's a coincidence, maybe not. Maybe they happen to be like, okay, we need to announce this soon. Have we ever done anything in March? And it's like, oh yeah, we released or we announced this or we did this on this day, so why not do another one? It's something like that. Because am I misremembering, or did Xbox One release on the same day as Xbox 360? Was it November 20th?
I'm pretty sure that's correct.
I don't know.
Something like that. I think that's correct, but that may be that was speculation back before it was released. I don't remember. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe there is a connection. I have no idea. I have no idea about the Metal Gear franchise. I'm not up to par with that stuff. Like I don't know any of it.
I'm still telling you got to just watch the movie on YouTube.
What I'm thinking about doing is I'm thinking about either renting or buying the remastered collection and then live streaming it. Playing from game 1 all the way through and just live streaming my entire experience.
I don't know if you can physically do that. That is like a draining experience. I tried doing that, not streaming it, but like just marathoning through games. I got halfway through 2 and I'm like, none of this makes sense. I'm pretty sure I'm Snake or someone's Snake or this guy's Snake.
Snake!
Really, I recommend playing it and buying it and doing all that, but I think that's asking for a lot. That's basically like saying marathon all of Lost.
Dude, I did though. I did in a week. 1 week I watched all of Lost.
That's torture.
It was awesome. I was haggard. I didn't get a lot of sleep. It was fun. By the end of it, I was kind of lost. Huh? No? Okay. Let's move on.
We're just going to gloss over that one. So moving on to story number 8. Good news, Amiibo hunters like me. You'll have another opportunity to get your hand on the hard-to-find Marth Amiibo. As announced by Nintendo of America during the Nintendo Direct a while ago, a new batch of Marth figurines will be available in April. This is particularly big news as the Marth Amiibo adds functionality to Nintendo's upcoming exclusive, codenamed Steam, for Nintendo 3DS. When pairing up Marth with a new Nintendo 3DS, it allows you to play as the beloved swordman in codenamed Steam. This timely reissue will give players who missed the initial rush a chance to experience the content. Codenamed Steam releases for Nintendo 3DS on March 13th ahead of the Marth reissue. A lot of Marches and Marths.
I am really, really fucking excited about this. If there's one Amiibo I want, it is Marth. Damn it.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Marth is the character I always play as in Smash, and he looked awesome, and I totally want that one. So bad.
Also, that's a very interesting cross-branding it. And I don't know if that's the right term, but putting Marth in Codename Steam, because it makes all the sense in the world if you really think about it, since that's the kind of game that all of the Fire Emblems are. But it's just like, I would have never thought to do that.
And the same developer, right?
Yeah, it is.
Systems?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot more sense now. I thought this was just like Nintendo's just like, hey, you guys take this guy, you put him in this thing, we just got that.
I totally forgot that it was a strategic game. Like, absolutely forgot that Codename Steam was that same style of game. I don't know why. For some reason, I keep thinking it's like a first-person shooter. That's not right at all, is it?
It's a third-person tactical
shooter.
I think it's
or just tactical.
It's like
shooting,
Valkyria Chronicles, I think.
There's definitely shooting.
Oh, Valkyria Chronicles?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I played... I think I have that, don't I? No, I sold it, apparently. I had that, and I started it, and I got like 2 or 3 chapters in, but I could not freaking do it. Like, I suck at the whole planning part of those games. Like, I got my ass kicked over and over.
Well, I mean, it takes a very specific kind of person, I guess. Like a sociopath who's just planning out everything.
Like Lou.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's a great game. So I guess I'm a sociopath.
I am too, let's be honest.
Yeah, and I think Codename Steam, beyond this, looks really interesting. Just the whole American history. I love the trailers that Nintendo keeps putting out. Like the last one with Abraham Lincoln. Like, that was hysterical, just seeing Abraham Lincoln come down in a giant Abraham Lincoln mech.
Yeah.
Like, killing aliens.
I mean, who can ask for more beyond Abraham Lincoln going ham on something that's not vampires?
I still need to see that, damn it.
It's not all that great.
So Brian said it was really good, and you're saying it's not great. So now
I will go to blows with Brian over this.
One person on each side. I have to figure it out. Balls. Okay, so we go from some good news to some sad news.
Oh.
Gone Home is no longer in development for consoles, at least not right now. Steve Gaynor was on Colin and Greg Live yesterday, which is kind of funny games. It's Colin Moriarty, Greg Miller, all this stuff. Everybody knows who's listening, probably. And Steve had this to say. Unfortunately, we don't have exciting good news about it. I wish I did. Yeah, it's been quite a while, and as you kind of sense, there's been some delays, and maybe you have seen some things that have changed with Majesco. At this point, unfortunately, I have to acknowledge that Gone Home for console is not actively in development any longer. That deal with Majesco has sadly come to an end, so we don't really know what that means for Gone Home for consoles for us. In the immediate term, it's no longer a going thing. So, sad news. That's one of those games that we'd all been really excited about finally playing on PS4 if it came to it.
I just wanted the trophies.
Yeah, me too.
That would have been really interesting.
Yeah. It was the only announced console was Wii U, but they said consoles in the original announcement for it. So, in all likelihood, it was going to go into PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, because that's what about every indie game is doing right now. PS4, Xbox One, and then PC. So the Wii U part of it was the weird part of the announcement. I don't know why it was Wii U.
Right.
Okay, so am I thinking about this wrong? But spoilers for Gone Home. If you haven't played Gone Home and you don't know how it ends, mute everything.
Close your ears.
Yeah, close your ears for about 30 seconds here. But Nintendo is a very family-oriented company, and Gone Home is a story about a lesbian.
It's about a family.
It seems a little off to be only announced for Wii U. Like, I was like, that's so weird. Like, I could see it coming to Wii U, but being only announced for Wii U and not PlayStation 4 and Xbox One at the time, it felt really strange. Really strange.
Right. I think the reason... Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, maybe Nintendo is realizing, not that this is what their issue might have been, but it's 2015.
Yeah, I'm not trying to say that we're putting words in Nintendo's mouth or anything. It just feels a little weird when we have Mario and Mario Party and Mario Kart and Lou not paying attention and all that kind of stuff that has to do with Nintendo. Hi, Lou.
Hi.
But yeah, so hopefully some developers or publishers or somebody gets on this. Hopefully they get in touch with Steve and they can end up porting it over. I would
Right.
very much still like to see it on consoles.
Right. Well, what I was originally going to say before is I think the major push to why this is a Wii U exclusive, or was going to be Wii U exclusive, is because there was just a fantastic indie scene for Nintendo. I mean, PlayStation 4 obviously has a fantastic indie scene, but I think that's because a lot of the developers are trying to court PlayStation because PlayStation's so popular.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Dan Adelman, for instance, I think that was still when he was with them. He's been just notorious for really pushing indie content for Nintendo platforms, and I'm sure that he had a major hand in that.
I mean, let's be honest, this is probably not going to be an issue for very long. Gone Home did come out, like you said, it's like indies going crazy, and Gone Home came out to a lot of praise. So it's probably not going to have an issue finding another publisher. So
Yeah,
this is not going to be news in I'd say at most a month. I'm not going to say it's going to be on consoles in a month, but it'll have somebody pick it up in a month.
Let's hope. That would be really nice, and that could really help out Fulbright Company.
Right.
Another bump in sales for consoles, the console market, and that could potentially end up making Tacoma even better when it finally releases next year.
Right. Yeah, it just seems like a real easy paycheck for some publisher to just port it over.
And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if now one of the consoles bought exclusive rights to it.
Right.
I would not be surprised if Sony went out there and been like, you know what, hey, we're gonna make it exclusive on PlayStation 4 and Vita.
Right.
How cool would that be for Sony? And the same could be said for Microsoft if they went out and did that for Xbox One. It wouldn't be surprising now that they've lost their publisher. However, if it was still being Majesco, then there's no way that would happen.
Right.
And let's be honest, Steve Gaynor, he's a very funny guy.
And friend of the show.
Yeah. I like that dude. He's a person I think I would like to have, well, not beers with because I don't drink beer, but I like to take him out to a nice dinner and have a
theoretical
talk
beers?
with him about theoretical beers. That's what I'm gonna say from now on. So I mean, I don't want to see him have to go through hard times. So yay, publishers, go get that. It's good. Do it.
Yay, publishers. All right, let's move on. Number 10.
All right. So Square Enix has revealed when PS4 owners can play Final Fantasy X and X2 HD Remaster, because everyone was really excited about that Final Fantasy getting remastered for PS4.
I am.
I'm not going to be subtle. The press release reads as follows. Two of the most beloved Final Fantasy titles will be returning soon with today's announcement by Square Enix that it will be releasing Final Fantasy blah 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 for the PlayStation 4, a computer entertainment system system on May 12th, 2015. The new North American version will include system exclusive features and a special pre-order bonus item, an exclusive calendar featuring artwork by the acclaimed artist Yoshitaka Amano, available at participating retailers in their Square Enix online store. The key features are going to be cross-save functionality, the ability to switch between original and remastered soundtrack, and remote play. So, yeah, I mean,
that would be cool.
It's cool, but I mean, are people really clamoring for this after the recent remaster for Vita and PS3?
Well, I mean, there is a hardcore following for Final Fantasy still, even to this day.
True.
People it's popular to say Final Fantasy sucks now. Very popular to say that. But there are so many people who will buy every Final Fantasy game released every time it's released. And that's one of those things that they're not going to see bad sales for this. It's going to sell really well. And then there's people like me who's only played Final Fantasy X once, and that was on PS3 last year. And now I'm like, oh man, I just played it, but how long am I going to have my PS3? I want it on PS4. Because I'm going to have that for much longer, or at least I'm going to have it accessible for longer. One of these days I'm going to put my PS3 away just because, I don't want to keep hooking it up and playing it when I'm not using it very often. And so I may be one of those people who just rebuys it just so that I can have it on the current console.
Right.
Now, how long ago did the remasters come out? Does anyone have a general timeline?
It came out last March, I think.
Last March?
Yeah.
I'll be salty about that, actually. I'll be a little angry about that. Yeah, because it's like PS4 had a foothold
second,
at that
guys.
point. Okay.
Go ahead, Lou.
Well, I think he has to step away for one moment. But PS4 they were like, it was out, it was good, it had a foothold at that point. I think if I had bought the remastered last year, I would probably think it's absolutely ridiculous they're already remastering it for a new system. I would be angry that I wasted my money, pretty much.
Yeah, see, I think it was $40 when it was originally released on PS3, which is really weird because now it's going to be $50 on PS4. So it's $10 more expensive too, which I don't know. It's really strange. But you know, the remaster on PS3 instantly was reduced. Like the price within months, it dropped down to like $20, and so I don't know. It's a strange feeling. It's kind of like the whole argument that you buy a game and then it goes free on PlayStation Plus. And it's like, should you feel like you've been robbed because of that? And in most cases, I say no. You know, I'm not one of those people who feels robbed. Like, I bought Transistor a few months before it was on PlayStation Plus. And so, oh well, you know, I paid money and the developer or Sony gets that money, which is better than it being a used copy of a game. You know, like, I don't know. Sure. It's really weird. Really weird about that. Now, buying it twice is kind of different if you can't sell it back.
Especially at that price point, to 40 and then 50. No,
yeah,
that's $100 for the same game. No.
Yeah, but that's again one of those arguments is why not wait until it drops in price? You know, why not wait? Because a month or two later, it'll probably be $30, and then it'll probably be $25 on a sale. There'll probably be a flash sale, a Square Enix flash sale, which they'll discount it to like $19.99 or something. You know, so like maybe you don't have to buy it at $50 right away. Just wait.
Yeah, and like I know I'm not one of the people that's like been waving the flag for a remake of Final Fantasy VII for forever.
Yeah,
but I mean that's the one I would expect to see, especially on PS4
8 or 9. I love all of those.
Yeah,
well, yeah, those are all good, but it's just like seven's like the pinnacle, I guess. I don't know. It's whatever. Square Enix is going to keep on making bad moves.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
All right. Five Nights at Freddy's 3 was released last night on Steam for $7.99. Was that actually last night? Or is this?
This was last night.
Okay. The description of the game is 30 years after Freddy Fazbear's Pizza closed its doors, the events that took place there have become nothing more than a rumor and a childhood memory. But the owners of Fazbear's Fright, the horror attraction, are determined to revive the legend and make the experience as authentic as possible for patrons, going to great lengths to find anything that might have survived decades of neglect and ruin. At first, there were only empty shells, a hand, a hook, an old paper plate doll. An old paper plate doll. Oh. But then a remarkable discovery was made. The attraction now has one animatronic. Oh, okay.
I was trying to figure out what was happening there.
That was my horror face, but I wasn't doing it well.
All right.
I know, Lou, you've been really excited about this?
I was going to say, Lou
confused?
lost his shit last night about this.
The reason I lost my shit... Yeah, it's kind of just sheer mystery over Scott Cawthorn. Scott Cawthorn's the developer of this, and we all know that the original Five Nights at Freddy's got popular last May, right? Something like that. Then there was a 6-month turnaround to Five Nights at Freddy's 2 in August. Then another just extremely quick turnaround to Five Nights at Freddy's 3. It takes some developers and publishers years to do this. And he just, like, silently drops these games like it's no one's business. I just don't understand him. I don't understand how he does it. And he's making probably hundreds of thousands, if not millions. So, I mean, it's working, but, yeah. I mean,
it's not... Okay, so I still may be... Obviously, I haven't played any of the games yet, so I don't really know how they work. I have seen a Let's Play of number two, sorry. And it doesn't look like he puts a whole lot of development into it. You know, it doesn't look like it takes a lot to do, does it? It looks like a very simplistic game.
I mean, to some extent it is. I would just say that besides programming the AI, which probably takes a decent amount of time, the environments at least look nice, all like 8 of them. And I think that a substantial amount of history has to go into each game, like the lore behind it, and all those child molester stories have to go into it.
All those child
Don't put it like that.
Right. So, I mean, even with it at its bare minimum, I think comparing it to other indie titles out at the same time, yeah, I don't see how it takes so short of a period.
Yeah. Now, do you plan on buying it?
No.
No.
I plan on watching people play it.
You tried to convince me last night to buy it and play it, and I want to. Like, I want to do that, and as soon as I get my new gaming computer, sitting down here, it's not hooked up right now. As soon as I get that all hooked up and ready to go, and all my drives installed and everything, I will definitely be looking into getting that, and I would love to do a Let's Play for it or a live stream or something like that. But yeah,
cool. Yeah, I was just going to say the creator has a very interesting history if no one's seen it. He made like Christian games way back when for children. So just keep that little dollop of information in the back of your head. Yeah, he made like Christian adventure games. No, not VeggieTales. These were games.
Christian VeggieTale games.
yeah, that's what I said. But yeah, like I was watching like a little lore on his background. It's like he made those games and he doesn't regret it because he was guided by the voice of God.
Right.
That was a quote from him. So,
okay.
I mean, I'm not saying he wasn't. It's just like an interesting fact about him.
Yeah, that is interesting. I had never heard that before. We have 2 stories left before we move on to the listener question section. So all of you in the stream, if you have questions, hold on just a few more minutes and we'll get to that.
You can do it.
Story number 12. HBO Go is out on PlayStation 4 today, Tuesday, March 3rd. Yep, it's there. The app functions just like the PlayStation 3 version. After you authenticate your PlayStation 4 with your current cable or satellite service through hbogo.com/activate, you'll be able to watch every episode of every season of HBO's best shows, including True Detective, Silicon Valley, and Game of Thrones. Yeah.
What's your HBO go-to shows?
I don't like what shows I watch from HBO.
Yeah.
The only one I actually watch right now is Game of Thrones. However, I want to watch more of them. I want to watch True Detective really bad. And I've heard Silicon Valley is really good. And there's, I can't remember the other one.
Boardwalk Empire.
Yes, that one.
Yes.
I've heard that one's really good,
you gotta watch that.
I want to watch all of those. I just haven't had time to yet.
Yeah.
This just brings another question to my mind. Like, why did this take so long? I mean, that's not anything that I don't think any of us can answer. But just like Twitch, YouTube, even though I know it's there now, and HBO Go, why did this take so long, PlayStation?
Yeah. That's really weird. It's both consoles have their holes, and it's like, why are they taking so long to fill? Like the Xbox One screenshot thing, how it's just now coming out. It's like, how did that take almost a year and a half? How? I don't understand. Like, it's so weird. And
I have to imagine it's on HBO's side. It's not like PlayStation just sitting around.
Yeah, because it even took Xbox until last fall. It didn't come out until like November, I believe, on Xbox One. And so it must have been on their side, or something about the development of it. Like they wanted to make sure it was, so good or something, or did certain things.
Right. Or maybe it's just that they haven't had a developer to step up and actually develop it. Because it still does need a developer. I think the Netflix app and the IGN app was done by the people who made Rogue Squadron for GameCube.
Huh.
I didn't know that.
I never would have thought about that.
Yeah. Maybe all of Sony's developers were working on Bloodborne.
No, okay, then they can keep on going. It's not like I'm going to watch HBO Go anyways.
Well, I don't have cable, so I can't activate it anyways.
Exactly.
So, there's no way for me to use the service. What they need to do is make it available for those who don't have cable, because then I would.
I didn't understand
They're doing that.
I thought there was a back way of doing it, like a backwards way into it. That's really, like, you have to get approved. Like, you have to prove that you can't get HBO or something like that. It's not like that you don't have it. It's you have to prove that you can't, I thought.
I'm pretty sure they said that service is they've formally announced that an HBO only service is coming.
Okay.
That'd be interesting.
While you read the next story, I'll look into that.
Yeah, please do. All right, so the last story and the latest story Among other exciting PlayStation Network reveals today, like HBO Go, PlayStation finally announced this month's titles for the Instant Game Collection. Beginning the roster with the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 4 owners will get Oddworld Abe's Odyssey, new and tasty, as well as Valiant Hearts, The Great War. Let's see. On the PlayStation 3, owners will get Popo and Yo alongside Sherlock Holmes' Crimes and Punishment. And last but not least, Vita owners will get Ali Ali 2, Welcome to Hollywood, and Counter Spy, both of which are playable on the PS4. And I think Counter Spy is playable on the PS3.
It's not a bad selection. I kind of wanted to try out Ali Ali.
Yeah, it's a really good selection. I'm pretty excited about it. Like, this is one of those. I have played Valiant Hearts, and it's an awesome game. You know, I want to play Oddworld. It looks really cool. I want to play Sherlock Holmes because I've heard really good things about that one. And I never planned to play Ollie Ollie or Counter Spy. And like I say, just about every time PlayStation Plus comes out, there are several little indie games that come out every month that I would never have played had I not had PlayStation Plus, and I'm glad that I did play them because of that. You know, like Rogue Legacy, right. I've been playing that lately, and I never would have bought that. Absolutely never would have bought that.
That's the best game, though.
And it's just like, really you know, every month it's a little game like that just pops up that surprises me, and I never would have bought it had I not had PlayStation Plus. So
right.
I look forward to playing these games.
Yeah, Counter Spy and Valiant Hearts have been on my list. I was planning on getting it on release, and I was busy doing other reviews, never did. I'm really glad I could do this now, and it's free.
Yeah. Now, as a follow-up to the HBO Go thing, I did look it up, and they did announce that they are offering a standalone streaming HBO service sometime in 2015.
Right.
So no word on when that's coming, but you'll be able to watch HBO shows without actually having HBO or cable or anything like that. But
it's Netflix.
No word.
HBO.
Yeah, exactly. Which is freaking. They would make so much money off that, you know?
They would.
Right.
So many people would instantly subscribe to that. I know I would. I would right there. And it looks like Jake is going to let me use his account. Thank you, Jake.
Awesome.
I mean, they have like a ridiculous backlog of, not backlog, but a catalog of shows. So It's like another question of like, why haven't you done this yet?
Right.
Come on, guys. But
all right.
Who knows? Business.
So now let's move into the listener questions. This is when we can get questions from all the viewers in our Twitch channel, and you can also send us questions at contact.mong@gmail.com before or after.
Future.
Yeah, before or after every podcast, and we go ahead and throw them all on our doc with all of our stuff for each week's podcast. So if you want to send us questions for next week's podcast, go ahead and go there. However, we do have We have one question from an email. We have one question Lou threw on there randomly from himself. Yep. And we have one question from a viewer already. Let's go ahead and start out with the number one questioner, our number one person who sends in questions, Tunde. Pronounced what?
Pronounced Tunde.
Pronounced Tunde. He asked, do you guys think Kojima will actually announce something big for the Phantom Pain on Wednesday, or is he just trolling?
I don't think it'll be big. I mean,
you don't think the leaked release date's not big?
Release dates aren't big in my book, but like I understand they're exciting for people, but I've never seen that as like really big news. Although I guess it technically is. So, I mean, if that's what he does, then yeah, he did something big then.
Yeah, I think his big news last time was the chicken hat, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So you never really know with him. Hopefully it's something big, but I can't really say that I don't like his trolling, so I kind of hope that it is that. What's up with these Japanese developers and just like trolling their fans between Final Fantasy VII and Kojima all the time?
I don't know. Do they? I would think that Kojima understands trolling. I think that he does it on purpose.
Absolutely does.
He does it on purpose. Now, I think Final Fantasy, in that case, I don't think Square Enix understands. I think they're just way oblivious to it. It's just like, whatever.
That guy had too big of a smile on his face when everyone was like not responding.
Pissed.
For him to have been
Everyone's jaw was dropped. Like, what the fuck?
Like, he had that smile like, I don't understand why no one's clapping. You messed up, bro.
This is awkward. What am I doing now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to see some trolling on it. His stuff is actually funny, so.
I imagine that the leak this morning was true. I imagine that we're going to get a September 1st worldwide release date, and then he's going to say some stupid shit about Snake being dead and never coming back, and he's moving on with his life, and blah, blah, blah. And then in a few years we'll hear about, Metal Gear Solid 6, and then Snake's return. They're going to follow suit from Square Enix. Lightning Returns, and the next one is just going to be Snake Returns, Metal Gear Solid 6.
The Snake and Ink.
Or, no, 5 Part 2. 5-2. Well, that's what they're gonna do. I know. I could just feel it already.
I say he released this leak as a way to troll us even further.
You think he's gonna come out and say it's delayed? It's actually been delayed till 2016, guys. Just
that'd be the worst way to troll.
Yeah, it would. That'd be a horrible way. All right, Lou, what was your question you wanted to ask us?
All right, I asked this question to a bunch of my friends over at the PlayStation Beyond Facebook page.
You have friends?
Yes, but this is a Fallout 4 question. We talk every week about how my prediction about Fallout 4 being at E3 is 100% correct.
We talk about
yes, every week.
You say
we
that
always brag about this, all of us combined. And I just want to know whether you guys are planning on getting it at day one.
Well, duh.
Seeing how you guys were, let me finish. Seeing how you guys were mostly PlayStation gamers. You probably
saying that Bethesda and their history with PlayStation is bad, right?
Yeah, specifically their last one, Skyrim. That took almost months to fix, and even at its fixed point, it was nearly unplayable.
Yes.
This isn't a question so much on the architecture. It's, do you have enough confidence in Bethesda as a development studio?
Yes.
Okay. You're not going to wait for any reviews?
No, not at all. I'm confident enough based on prior, while it wasn't specifically Bethesda, Wolfenstein and The Evil Within. The Evil Within, both published by Bethesda, and they worked perfect on PlayStation 4. That and the fact that everybody's been saying PlayStation 4 is easier to develop for than Xbox One, which is reversed from last generation, has my confidence is through the roof that it's going to work perfect on PlayStation. So,
right. All right.
Now, I'm going to answer that those aren't exclusive to one another for me. I think Bethesda is a great company, and I believe in Bethesda, especially since they're the only game that, when I run into bugs in their game, I'm not infuriated. I'm actually enjoying what's happening.
Right.
But in the same vein, I'm not going to buy Fallout on day one, simply because I'm one of the few gamers out there who doesn't really care about Fallout. I don't... it's
very,
fun,
very
kinda.
few.
It's kind of fun, but I'm I'm not going to play that because I don't really care. But, that's just me.
It is just you.
It is just
I know.
you.
I'm fine with that.
All right, now,
next question.
Lou, were you going to buy it? You didn't answer your own question.
Oh, it matters what my context to the game is. If I'm doing it to do a side-by-side review with someone or to review it myself or for that, of course I'm getting it day one. Otherwise, I might actually wait for it. Just wait a little bit to see at least the Digital Foundry verdict of which console it's best on. I have all the consoles. Of course, it's going to be best on PC, but I don't have a good enough PC. I got to know if I should get on Xbox or PS4 because last time I got Skyrim, I got 60 hours in, and then it was going about 8 frames a second. Until I was 100 hours in, it was going 2 frames a second. So I can't do that again.
I'm sitting here, thinking you're probably like, please come to Wii U. Please come to Wii U. Fallout 4 on Wii U. Come on, guys.
That was actually my real prediction.
Has a Bethesda game ever released on Nintendo?
That's a great question that I do not know the answer
I don't
to.
either. I honestly can't think of anything.
I'll look it up as we...
I feel like they punched Nintendo in the gut when they released Oblivion for the PlayStation Portable and not for the Wii.
Wait, they released it for PSP?
No. Yeah, Oblivion
What?
was on the PSP.
No, that's
Yes,
not
it was.
right. No,
Yeah.
I
That
don't
doesn't
believe
sound
that for
right.
a second.
Do I really have to do this?
Scrolls, Oblivion.
I'm looking stuff up right now, so you guys can keep talking. I'll let you
Was
know.
it-
Elder Scrolls Travels, PSP.
Was
Oblivion,
it-
PSP. Unofficial Elder Scrolls, a different game. Different game than the mobile version titled Oblivion for the PSP was never completed. It was unrelated to the other Elder Scrolls Travels games, and that it was being created for PSP instead of phone, and featured improved graphics and gameplay similar to the console or PC version. However, it was planned to lack the free-roaming gameplay usually associated with Elder Scrolls series. According to executive producer Todd Howard, the game would have featured 10 large levels that look much like areas in the console versions, but more concentrated. 18 out of the 21 skills from Oblivion were present. There has never been any official reason given for its cancellation or even official confirmation that it was canceled.
Right.
Wow.
And also, they do have a litany of Wii and 3DS games.
They do?
They're mostly Star Trek stuff and stuff that looks completely uninteresting, but they exist somewhere. There is a Bethesda game on Nintendo platforms. So suck it. It's coming out to Wii U.
It's coming out to
Do not
Wii U.
modify my prediction.
That's the reason they're holding a press conference at E3 this year. They're like, you know what? Fuck it. We are parting ways with Sony and Microsoft, and we're going Nintendo exclusive.
Wii U exclusive.
Okay, so let's move on to some questions from the live stream chat. Question from Roll Stew. Is that right?
It's Troll Stew.
Troll Stew. You didn't copy the T. Okay. He said, guys, I have a question. What do you think of Uncharted 4? Miles?
My opinion is that I don't care.
Oh, God.
That's all.
All the big games. What's wrong with you?
I'm not excited for it. I admit that it will probably be good, and it was, I guess it's been good up till now. I just don't really care to play it.
I'm really excited. It's going to be, Bloodborne is going to be probably, Uncharted and Bloodborne are going to be the two top PlayStation exclusive games this year. Like, they're going to be the most bought, the highest selling games. Probably may or may not be critically panned one way or another, because all the rage right now is indie games get 9s to 10s, and AAA games have to get anywhere between 4 and 6. But whatever. I'm super excited, though. We've talked about Uncharted 4 on so many podcasts now, so many episodes.
Right. Yeah, and as I've mentioned before, I'm very excited because Amy Hennig's not part of it, so we might get a good story for once.
Or at least a more fleshed out story is what I'd say.
Okay.
Okay, another question.
Next question.
I want to read the next one. What is the best game glitch ever? Question mark. And that was from Imbaudayo? I'm sorry I'm butchering your name if you're still in chat.
Was the best game glitch
Imbaudayo.
Did you see the glitch from
Far Cry.
That's not what I was going to say. What's the girls in bikinis fighting game? Dead or Alive?
Dead or Alive.
Yeah,
Beach
did you
volleyball.
see that glitch where the girl's fist was in the other girl's ass? Did you see that? Oh, I saw somebody posted pictures on like Beyond and a couple other groups on Facebook, and they called it the fisting glitch. And there was a girl in like a bikini punching the other girl, and the other girl was bent over, and her fist was just right through her ass. And it was just like, oh God!
That's awful.
In all honesty, it was probably just a screenshot, where just one player goes through the other, like it so often happens in games. But yeah, I saw that and I just cracked up. That's my favorite. That is definitely my favorite.
If I have to pick, I'll talk. If I have to pick my favorite, I'm stuck between my actual favorite, which is Missing No, for the Pokemon games, the original, or my latest favorite, which is my most entertaining one, which is the face melting off of people from Assassin's Creed Unity.
Yeah, there was a lot of really good ones in that.
Yeah, I just think that was really effective in illustrating how broken the game was. So that, and it always just makes me smile just to look at that one.
Yeah.
So that's it.
All right, next question.
Yeah.
From Johnny F. Kin Rebel. He said, thoughts on DayZ to console rumors, and will it happen? First off, it's not a rumor.
Yeah.
That was actually announced at PlayStation Experience, or was it at the game show, the Video Game Awards?
That was
Video Game Awards, right? Or
thought
They
that
are
was PlayStation.
basically the same event. They happen practically the same day.
Yeah, they happen the same weekend. So it is coming to PlayStation.
It's interesting. I think they should. From the streamers I've watched, it seems they still have a lot of problems in the PC version, so they should probably finish that first. But
That's always been the thing, though, is that they were going to finish the PC version, and then it wasn't going to be until after that when it comes to PS4. Unless they did the early access, which has been rumored for consoles for a while now.
Oh, and we have a correction. E3 it was announced. Supposedly.
sounds fine to me.
Okay, whatever. It was a show. It happened.
People were on a
There
stage.
was an announcement.
Not rumors, and it'll happen, I guess. I don't think any of us actually play that, so.
Yeah, it was definitely E3. And it's not coming. It's not exclusive to PlayStation 4. They just announced it for PlayStation 4. They said all along that it will be coming to consoles, but it was announced at the PlayStation press conference at E3.
Right.
So that's what that is.
I think we'll definitely hear about it at least at the next E3. Maybe not a release date, but maybe showing off. Or they might just drop the early access thing right there.
Yeah. They do something like Destiny did last year at E3 week. All of a sudden, just a beta or an alpha or an early access or something like that, just out of nowhere. That would be a really, really, really good way to win a conference. If whoever decides to do that, if they can do that,
Yeah.
Mind if I move on to the last one?
Go right ahead.
I'm low on time. The last question is from Octosnake. He says, is Super Smash Bros. For Wii U the best Super Smash?
It's my favorite.
It's your favorite.
Yeah, because it looks the best.
Is that,
I mean,
that's the qualifier?
to me, I'm not a pro Smash player. I'm going to preface this. I am not pro. I'm not good at Smash. I enjoy Smash, and Miles is creeping me out with his face right now. But I enjoy it a lot. And I've played the original. I've played Brawl. I played, Melee. And I've played the newest one. And they all, to me, play almost the exact same. Like I said, I'm not a pro, so I don't know the little differences. I'm not that into it. But they all play very similar to me, and this one looks the best and has the biggest cast of characters and my favorite cast of characters. So this one's my favorite. To me, it's the best, but that's a very personal way of looking at it.
Yeah, that is kind of my view. It's not so much personal. It's that I think that Melee most likely has the best mechanics. I remember that being the tightest to play. But I think the features that they've added for Super Smash Bros. For Wii U make the game a better game. 8-player Smash is just amazing with friends. Completely amazing. They have the modes that I like. They do include the Smash Tour mode, which is give or take. But I do think that is the more exciting element. And if I had to pick between better mechanics, if they're both good, and those features, I'd pick the features. I'd probably say it's the best one.
Yeah. Now, we did have a few more questions that we can get on to really, really quick that won't take long.
Lightning questions?
One of them is from Jake. He asks, Helldivers, yay or nay? You will decide if I buy this or not. So we are his deciding factor.
Yay.
Yay.
Yay, especially if you have friends.
Yeah, I like those kind of multiplayer games.
We're friends.
So it has
We're all friends.
We're all friends. We'll play with you. Come on.
Yeah, we dropped our PSN name, so everyone get Helldivers, friend us, and we'll do this.
All right, now the final question before we wrap up everything up from Jake. Also, he asks, will Telltale ever create their own original story? The answer is simple: yes. They are already working on it. We already know that. That was a story right around I think the same time as PlayStation Experience and the Game Awards. Also, was that they are working on their own new original IP that's going to be the biggest project they've ever done. It's the riskiest project they've ever done. And I think now, with the whole news that Lionsgate has invested in Telltale, that it's going to be in combination with that. So they were talking about making a TV
What it's going to be.
Right.
But
mix-up with a video game.
So the game comes first, and then the TV show. It's reverse Telltale.
Yeah, something like that.
yeah,
All right.
Be excited, I guess.
Great questions, everyone.
Yes, okay, so let's wrap it up with the game releases this week. As we've talked about already several times, on PlayStation 4 you'll be able to get Helldivers, which is 3-way cross-buy. That's a three-way. That's a threesome cross-buy with your
It's okay if it's in a three-way. You know the song?
All right, well, Jake has already bought Helldivers because of our recommendation, so that happened.
So now we all have to go get it.
Yep. Now let's purchase it as soon as we stop this podcast. Also out on PlayStation 4 is Ollie Ollie 2, Welcome to Ollywood, Resident Evil Revelations 2, Episode 2, Shiftlings, White Knight, and the Zombie Army Trilogy. On PlayStation 3, you've got Aces of the Air, which is a PlayStation 1 classic game, Crimson Land, which is a three-way cross-buy, Helldivers as well, and then Resident Evil Revelations 2, Episode 2. And then on PlayStation Vita, you've got Helldivers, La Mulana X, Ollie Ollie 2, Welcome to Ollywood, and Oreshika Tainted Bloodlines. Looks like we just lost Miles again.
I say we just keep going.
All right, roll on.
Roll on. Carry on. On Xbox One, we have Scream Ride, Lou can tell this Game of the Year, White Knight, and Resident Evil Revelations 2, Episode 2. On Xbox 360, Scream Ride, Resident Evil Revelations 2, Episode 2. If we're moving on to the Wii U, Mario vs. Donkey Kong, Tipping Stars, and that one is cross-buy with the 3DS. Also, Mario vs. For the 3DS, Mario vs. Donkey Kong, Tipping Stars, Best of Casual Games. That sounds like a casual game. Hollywood Fame, Hidden Object Adventure, and Zombie Incident.
And so, Miles is in the chat saying that he hates Skype because obviously he's been kicked out of the call because it's stupid.
Little does he know, we kicked him out.
We didn't. So, Miles, if you're watching this and you're hating on us, we didn't kick you out. It messed up. Hopefully it's not messing up the recording, because last week it messed up at the very end, the voice sync and stuff.
That's why we've got multiple recordings this time.
And now he's joining back in, so hopefully it's not going to mess it up even more. We'll see how that goes. All right, Miles, it's on to the PC. What's out on PC this week?
First off is I Hate Skype, followed by Char, I guess? Is that how it's supposed to be pronounced? I hope so. Char, Blue Shield Alliance, Shiftlings. Ooh, what does that say? Talomir. Sounds interesting. White Knight, Heroes in the Sky, Tormentum, Dark Sorrow, Pre-Civilization Marble Age, Resident Evil Revelations 2, Episode 2, Dig or Die, Frankenjohn. That's a smart title right there. I like that one. Standpoint, Fly in the House, Vietnam 65, Zombie Army Trilogy. That's all for you.
I like the combination right there. You go from Fly in the House to Vietnam 65.
It was a fly in the house during Vietnam 65.
That's all it took to start Vietnam.
Seeing Lou's video close up made me notice how far his Samus is leaning.
What do you mean?
Is your Samus leaning? Or it may just be the table and everything, the angle of the video is and stuff.
I think she's got a little bit of the hip sway going on. I don't know.
She's doing the strut, the sexy strut.
Yeah, I don't think it's leaning. I don't know. She's doing one foot in front of the other, so I think she's just working it.
Okay, so that wraps up episode 73 of the Middle of Nowhere Gaming Podcast. Thank you all to the people who joined the live stream for the second episode, even though we did have a little bit of a mess up a few times. Hopefully when my new computer is up and running, we will no longer have an issue with these live streams. Hopefully it'll all work perfect from then on. We record on Tuesday afternoons, every Tuesday at 2:45 Central Standard Time. So if you want to tune in, do the math, figure out when that is. That's when we will be live every week on Tuesday.
And subscribe to us.
And subscribe or follow us. Follow us on Twitch.
That's what this is called.
Yeah, we don't have a subscription thing because we're not popular enough. Oh, well. You can make us popular by following us.
We'll get there one day, guys.
And then we release the podcast in its MP3 form and its YouTube form on Tuesday night normally, but now with the whole video and live streaming thing, it takes a little bit longer. So maybe Wednesday mornings. Hopefully that will get all worked out with the new computer as well. You can email us at contact.mong@gmail.com if you have any questions you want us to answer on the podcast, or if you have any topics for QuickTime Event, our short topical podcast. You can find us on Twitter by searching for @mong.com, all spelled out, DOTCOM. You can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/Mong Network, which is where all of our podcasts go, our video reviews, our new News from Nowhere series, It'll have all of our highlights from our live streams and stuff like that in a playlist, but that's not where those are uploaded. If you want to go to youtube.com and find MONG Plays, that's where we upload all of our Let's Plays and our live stream highlights and just our live streams. All that stuff goes there. So you could find the backlog of all of those there. And then, of course, we are on Facebook, Tumblr, and Instagram. By just searching for Middle of Nowhere Gaming, you can find us on there. Go check out our Tumblr. It has a new, really kick-ass, whatchamacallit? What is it called?
Background? I don't know.
A theme. Yeah, it's an awesome theme. So go check that out. And then the website is middleofnowheregaming.com, where you can find all of the latest news, reviews, features, editorials, podcasts, videos, Miles and Lou being weird, all that stuff. It's all there.
Oh,
all
yeah,
there.
we do it really well.
All there.
Weird.
Go check that shit out. And then, of course, you could follow us on Twitter personally. You can follow me at Osborne_2009. You can find Lou at
Lou Cantaldi.
And you can find Miles at
Furious Milk.
Good day. Thank you guys for joining me. Good
Keep it milky, people.
I hate you.
Mong!
Mong.
Milk.
Bye, friends.
What? Milk?
Milk.